Hey everyone, it's me again, and I'm here with another video. Today's video will be, what if Cliffjumper was in the Bayverse? I don't think including Cliffjumper would have really changed a lot, honestly. So, start things off with Transformers 2007. So, keep it the way it is. Everything would be mostly the same, but Cliffjumper would be one of the few Autobots to arrive on Earth. And he would, of course, be a recolor of Bumblebee like he always has been. Let's face it. And he would fight Blackout during the final battle because he's strong. So I could even see him having a blaster like Bumblebee, similar to that, and even having the sledgehammer Bumblebee had in the last night, which was meant to be the Forge of Solus Prime. But that was never confirmed, but still. But during the final battle, he would kill Blackout instead of Lennox, or maybe Blackout gets injured, or something like that. I'm not really sure, but I could see Blackout dying still. Then Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. Yeah, I know my rear of the 2007 film, Cliffjumper died, but I want to do something different with Cliffjumper. So yeah, Jazz still dies. He would participate in the opening fight scene in Shanghai and would try to stop Sideways, but Sideways gets away. Not really much of the movie would change other than he would fight Grinder during the forest fight, and I could see Cliffjumper telling Grinder that he reminds him a lot of Blackout, and so Grinder possibly survives, I guess. And so Grinder gets away and doesn't get killed by Optimus. But Optimus would still die. Cliffjumper would also accompany Bumblebee, Skids, and Mudflap, as well as the humans and Jetfire. I could see Cliffjumper having been Michaela's human partner in the years since the 07 film. Then, during the final battle, rather than that Buffalo MV Decepticon, it would be Grindor returning. And apparently he would end up killing Alita 1 and Chromia and almost killing RC, but Cliffjumper would save RC at the last minute. Cliffjumper saving RC would be a reference to the partnership they had in Transformers Prime. Then Black Grinder would escape, while RC and Cliffjumper will make sure that Grinder will pay. Then to Transformers Dark the Moon. I don't really see anything changing much when it comes to Cliffjumper being there, other than because Michaela dumped Sam. Cliffjumper probably could have been there for Sam and have become Carly's new human partner, I guess. Or maybe RC, who would now sport a color scheme similar to the one she had in Transformers Prime. Or would have gotten legs now, just having more of her concept art by design from the 07 film. Still wanting to avenge the deaths of you know who. He would have a self-force mode during the highway chase. And when Sentinel Prime betrays the Autobots, I could imagine one or two scenarios. Scenario 1. Ironhide still dies. Apparently Ironhide would still die, but Cliffjumper would blame himself because he feels like he could have saved Ironhide from death. But Optimus would reassure Cliffjumper that it wasn't his fault. And during the final battle, Grinder and RC would come face to face with Cliffjumper. It's meant to be the other way around. And apparently they would end up killing Grinder. But I would have RC take the killing blow. And of course they would pay attention to Optimus' speech at the end of the movie. Then would come Age of Extinction. And instead of Ratchet being the one that gets hunted down, it would be Cliffjumper. And Cliffjumper would be killed by Lockdown instead of Ratchet. As a reference to Transformers Prime. And Ratchet and RC would see the footage of not only Cliffjumper and Lightfoot, but Mirage, or Dino, whatever you want to call him. Tailgate and Sprainer getting hunted down and killed by Cemetery One. Well, maybe not Sprainer, but Tailgate, definitely. And RC would sport a color scheme that's similar to the one she had in Transformers Prime at last, along with Ratchet having a G1 color scheme. And RC would help Bumblebee try to get over Cliffjumper's death in this film. And she would fight Lockdown for Cliffjumper's death and helping Bumblebee. And of course, rather than Optimus killing Lockdown, it would be the combined forces of Bumblebee and RC. And by the time of the last night, Bumblebee would have gotten over Cliffjumper's death, likely. Then there's scenario 2. Cliffjumper dies. Apparently, Cliffjumper tells Ironhide to look out. Ironhide does and fights Sentinel, but Cliffjumper dies. And Sentinel takes away the pillars. And Ironhide feels like it's his fault that Cliffjumper died. And then the rest of the movie goes as normal. Ironhide and RC would then fight Grinder to avenge Aliwa and Chromia's death, since Ironhide and Chromia had a relationship in G1. And they would kill Grinder. Ironhide would still think about Cliffjumper's death, but RC would tell Ironhide that it wasn't his fault. But the movie would end the same. Then to Age of Extinction. I don't really think a lot in Age of Extinction would change. Other than that, Ironhide would have his G1 color scheme, while RC would have her Prime color scheme. Whereas the last night doesn't really change a lot. Other than that, Ironhide is there. But in terms of Age of Extinction, I feel like the final battle would have ended faster because of Ironhide and RC's presence. And Ironhide may have given Optimus stronger motivation to protect the humans again. But in last night, I could see Ironhide fighting Dreadbot and killing him during the Ghost Town fight. And even fighting Onslaught. And Onslaught would escape. Whereas Onslaught would participate in the final battle and would fight Ironhide again and would have lost his leg. Likely not being killed, but limping away. And I could have seen someone like... I think that's all I have to say, honestly. I feel like that's it. So that's why if Cliffjumper was in the Bay films. I've been wanting to do an Autobot version since my Seekers video, but I'll do more with the Autobots and Decepticons in videos like these in the future. Anyways, till all are one.